Hi guys, welcome to the Ignite YouTube page. I'm James and I'm here today to take you through my medications. Yesterday it was some of the equipment I used. Today I'm going to take you through the meds I use, the regular meds, and also some of the vitamins I use. I think a good healthy vitamin regime is good for you. Like, and it helps sort of pick up the slack from maybe a lack of diet, like, and things. And I do try and eat as best I can, but that's not always the case. But I I do what I can when I can. So I'm just having a swig of coffee there. As you can tell by the colour of my teeth, I like my coffee. But anyway, the meds. Start with the oxybutynin. Now, oxybutynin, I'm not too sure of what it is, main use it is, but for me, and I don't know if this is its main use, maybe I should have done some research on this, but hey ho. It's basically an antispasm for my bladder. My bladder is overactive, can be very irritated. What this does is it calms it down to the point where I'm not constantly having accidents. I will occasionally have an accident, but this will stop the majority of them and enable me to have some sort of a regular system down there. So that's the oxybutynin. It's a staple. I take it 4 times a day, and it's something that goes without saying really. And as you know from like all the catheters and stuff, it's something that I need. So the next is, this is again something that it's not necessarily a staple, but it does help, and it's Senna. Now basically Senna does is it softens up your bowel movements basically, and having a stoma, this is very important. It's very important that I sort of keep things relatively loose, because there's nothing worse than firing off pebbles into your stoma bag. It really is a weird way to sort of see these things like happening. But it's something that it just keeps it soft, keeps it malleable. It makes it easier to clean up. It makes it, no, not really. Rewind that. It makes it sort of easier on the stomach, and it sort of, it goes into the bag easier, But definitely, when it comes to sort of replacing my bag, if I've had an overactive day, let's say, it can become very, messy. But that's Senna. Now the next drug is something that I'm coming off, and it was put in to just I was struggling with my mental health, but that'll be another video, right? But it's sertraline. I'm down to 50 milligrams now. I think at its peak I was at 200, but I'm down to 50 now, and it's something you do have to wean off, because I feel like it's not something like, a lot of my mental health came from my my mental health problems came from my sort of physical disability, illness, being in and out of hospital, right? So I feel like just to sort of lean on that and not sort of bring myself off it, and sort of approach my mental health in a bit more structured, a bit more sort of open dialogue way, eat right, live right, think right. These are very simple concepts, but they're hard to do it sometimes. But I feel like, the side effects of the drugs, albeit fantastic drugs and work for many people, like, given my health condition, like, the less pills the better, right? And that's where I am with that. And those are the 3 mainstays of my medical sort of situation. Now, I said to you, I take a lot of vitamins, supplements, things like that as well. And I've not brought all of them with me. So, but this is a classic. Cod liver oil. You can't go wrong with a bit of omega-3 fish oil. It's packed with vitamin D, and it's something that is really good for the joints too, and given sort of like my spasms and things like that, and sort of the lack of bone density I get in my legs these days and things like that. Taking care of these things like any way you can is something that's very important. And again, which is why I take a lot calcium supplement, vitamins D and K, like support healthy bones, muscles, with added vitamin D for absorption of calcium. And absorption is very important. It's why orange juice is very good for that. Vitamin C, it helps you absorb the nutrients of anything that you're taking. And it's, again, I've got a supplement, like a multivitamin that I take, which is a drink. It's a drink, and I'll sort of hit that 2 to 3 times a week, because of everything I'm taking, I don't want to do too much. If I can specify and hone in on certain things, like I do with the cod liver oil or the calcium, then those are the things that are going to benefit me more than sort of all of the general things. And like I said, I think I said before, my diet is relatively good. you know, to the most part, I do like a binge, like everyone else, you know. I do like a glass of wine. I do like, you know, the sort of like things that everybody tells you shouldn't do. But again, I feel like a healthy balance is key to it, and it's good for your mental health too, to be able to not like put it, like to take away things that you enjoy, right? And I'm very lucky that I enjoy healthy food. Like it is an enjoyment of mine. But I also do like a slice of cheesecake. But the cheesecake is not something I can have every night. So it's, like I say, balance. If you get the balance right, you're going to be fine. You'll have a happy life. But yeah, I also, I haven't got them in here with me, but I do take some mushroom supplements, turkey tail and lion's mane, basically for my noggin. They help with concentration, focus, things like that. They also help with sort of your gut biome and things like that. They're very sort of like, I think they're very sort of like niche and new supplements, but I think there's a lot of people out there that like them. And I think they're very good when it comes to what they're able to do in such small quantities. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically it. Then the medicines, elixirs, potions, if you may, you know, and like there's certain things that I'm trying to reduce, certain things, and even the senna is something I can reduce with a bit more of a paleo diet, you know, sort of heavy green veg, things like that. I should eat a lot more green veg, to be fair, but I'm someone who eats broccoli every day almost, so I do good. But given my stoma, I can do better. We can always do better. Anyway, that's it from me for today on the meds. Tune in tomorrow if you want. If you don't want, I don't mind. Well, you know, it might get to a point where I do mind, but I just don't in a minute. Anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, please like the video if you've got to this point. You know, you're a saint if you have. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.